Rayseka, the last in already for the Jefferson Smurford Memorial Irish St. Leger. A mile and 3/4 ahead of them, and they're away. Off and running, and Clivedon Gale on the outside is the early leader. Clivedon Gale, one of Dermot Wells' two runners, making it by just over a length from Bob's Return in second. Portrait Gallery next on the inside of the favourite Vintage Crop, and they're tracked by Gothic Dream. Kithanga is next, followed by Rayseka, and the back marker by about 4 lengths in the early stages is My Patriarch. And as they stretch along the far side of the Curragh down towards the mile-and-a-half start, it's Clivedon Gale and Pat Shanahan in the lead by almost 2 lengths. Bob's Return in second, then a break of 5 to Vintage Crop. 3/4 of a length away on the inside, Portrait Gallery. As they stretch along now, having covered almost 3 furlongs, Clivedon Gale the leader by a length and a half to Bob's Return, and they've opened up a 7-length gap over Vintage Crop in third. Then Portrait Gallery half a length off the grey comes Gothic Dream, tracked by Kithanga. Rayseka the last one in shot, and just coming into picture now, and 3 lengths last is My Patriarch as they run around now, heading towards the mile-and-a-quarter start. Clivedon Gale in front by a length and a half to Bob's Return, who's 8 lengths clear of Vintage Crop. Vintage Crop a length and a half in front of Gothic Dream, and neck away Portrait Gallery. Then Kithanga, a length back, 2 lengths to Rayseka, and 4 to My Patriarch and Walter Swinburne at the tail of the field as they run towards the mile marker now. Clivedon Gale from Bob's Return, still a length and a half separating them. They're about 5 in front of Vintage Crop, who's followed all the time by Gothic Dream. Portrait Gallery in touch on the inside. Kithanga has 2 behind her at this stage, Rayseka and My Patriarch, as they come to the 7th pole, the halfway stage in the Irish Leger. Clivedon Gale continues to make it, 2 lengths away. Bob's Return second, then a gap of over 4 lengths to Vintage Crop, who's closely followed by Gothic Dream. Kithanga beginning a move on the outside. Portrait Gallery's lost a couple of places, about to be joined by Rayseka, and still in rear is My Patriarch as they race up the hill towards the 6 furlong pole, and past it it's Clivedon Gale 2 lengths up on Bob's Return. Vintage Crop's getting closer in third, followed closely by Gothic Dream. Kithanga half a length off on the outside. Rayseka, Portrait Gallery together 3 lengths last is My Patriarch as they begin the descent. They've less than 5 furlongs to race, and Clivedon Gale's the leader by a length and a half to Bob's Return. 4 lengths Vintage Crop in third. Kithanga's gone 4, Gothic Dream 5, Rayseka 6, Portrait Gallery last but 1, and last of all is My Patriarch as they swing down towards the straight. Clivedon Gale and Pat Shanahan. Bob's Return, Philip Robinson moving up alongside. Vintage Crop is after them in third, and into the turn now with 2.5 furlongs to race. Clivedon Gale towards the left, Bob's Return up the centre of the track. The yellow colours Vintage Crop, Kithanga's 4, Rayseka 5, Gothic Dreams under pressure. My Patriarch's beginning to make ground. Portrait Gallery's last of all. Inside the 2, and Vintage Crop comes through to take Bob's Return. Kithanga's in 3. They're followed in 4th place by Rayseka, but it's Vintage Crop the leader as they come to the final furlong in the Irish St. Leger. Vintage Crop and Mick Canaan out in front, 3 lengths clear. Kithanga, Rayseka's running a big race on the stand side, but it's Vintage Crop out in front. He's going to win it for the 2nd consecutive year, and racing up to the line. The favourites home, Vintage Crop, the first leg of the double maybe. Vintage Crop the easy winner, 2nd Rayseka, 3 Kithanga, 4 My Patriarch, 5 is Bob's Return, and they're clear from Clivedon Gale. Then came Portrait Gallery, and Gothic Dream trails in last. So Vintage Crop, the Melbourne Cup winner of last year, has won his 2nd Irish St. Leger. He's returned the 7-4 favourite, and he won that very handily indeed.
Well, this is a high-class racehorse, especially over 1 mile and 6 and 2 miles. He swings to the outside of Bob's Return here. For a few moments, he lugged in on top of Bob's Return a bit. All the horses decided to come up the centre of the track. Mick pulls his stick through into his right hand at a few moments there, and just gives him a couple of backhanders and peeps under his right shoulder to see how far clear he's gone, and away he goes. He gets every yard of it. Mick gets a couple of more smacks into it. He's going to make no mistakes here. It's a Group 1 mile and 6 Leger here in Ireland, and he goes away to win in impressive fashion. Rayseka runs on well to be second. Kithanga can find no more, and she stays going to be third. But this fella is spot on again for another crack at the Melbourne Cup next year. He's won it in convincing style. He's down in the last half a furlong. Mick can sit up, let him prick his ears and coast in, but he's done it really well. He looks spot on, and as Tony said, maybe the first leg of that historic double once again.